Hi guys, I came on because there was something I wanted to talk about. This is something that just happened, and I also want to describe what my doctor has said, as I had just seen her yesterday. So, first of all, let's start with what happened this morning. We'll back it up a little bit. I got in the shower, twisted my hair up quick. Roger had asked if I wanted to go get something to eat this morning, so I said sure. So we were going to go to McDonald's because I didn't want to go and sit in a diner. You know, the sunlight's really bright today. I didn't want all the conflicting noises of the room because I haven't been feeling peachy, so to speak. I mean, I'm not at my worst, but not at my best. So I just wanted to go through the drive-thru, but then he said, well, let's go in. So I'm like, okay, well, anyway, we're going down the street. Now, this has bothered me before, and I may have mentioned it in the past about lights, but I can't stand sunlight coming through trees. It just makes me feel not right, kind of like an epileptic would feel. So as we're going down the street, the sun is coming through buildings, and I have on, like, my sunglasses that go over my glasses, and it has, like, the part that has, like, a little bit of darkness and a lens that's on each side here, so I'm really not getting much sunlight. But all of a sudden, everything was going flash, 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 like you would have if you were getting like an EEG or something, or EKG or EEG. Sorry. And I closed my eyes quick, and I put my head down like this, and I could still see flashing in with my eyes closed, like not from the sunlight going through my eyelids, but like my brain couldn't stop the flashing. If that makes any sense. So I turned around like this. I threw myself down. Thank God I wasn't driving. There would have been an accident. Behind Roger's seat, and I'm yelled out, Roger! And he's like, what? What? And I couldn't get the words out to talk to him. It was absolutely freaking terrifying. I now know, I think, at least what it feels like before you go into a seizure. Does anybody else have these problems? I mean, I know a lot of us are photosensitive to things, but my God, right away, I was all spacey. It gave me like a slight flare-up. I've got a headache. And then on the way home, I said, please do not go down that street while the sun is like this. So he goes down the back way, but there was a little bit of light that came through the frickin' trees in a different area, and it started making me feel all weird again. Not as bad, but it was pretty scary. So I'm just curious, does anybody else experience this? It's horrible. So now let's get back to the talk about my doctor. I had my doctor's appointment yesterday, and she asked how I've been, and she hasn't seen me in like a year and a half because she's that booked. So I was glad to get in there and see her, and I wasn't really having a great day. And, you know, I said something along the lines of, you know, I really hate this disease. And she said something that really made me think. Now, the whole time I was trying to get diagnosed, it was like, these people are treating me for all these symptoms and they're not getting to the root cause of it. So I've lived with that logic inside my head. Focus on the root cause of it, and so on. And she just basically came out and she said, you know, they already know, but we already know that they aren't too knowledgeable on the topic, that we don't ever really get rid of Lyme. And like I always say, it lays dormant within us. Well, she goes, we're going to have to start focusing on what's happening to your body and on the symptoms rather than the disease itself, because you will never be completely healed of the disease. And I agree with her. So I think once, you know, it's okay when we're prior to being diagnosed. I can't even talk. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still all distraught from that flashing. I think that we, should focus on getting to the root cause before we get diagnosed. But I think once we're diagnosed, we have to work on helping the stuff to keep the symptoms at bay. Focus on what it's actually doing, focusing on our immune system, obviously, which we all try to do, and so on. And so, yeah, that just kind of turned my logic around a little bit. Now it's like, yeah, it is time to stop focusing on disease itself because it's there, and focus on, the effects of it. One thing that makes sense, like I've mentioned before, not everything is caused by the Lyme disease. Yes, 99.9% of everything is, but there's still that little fragment that's not. So I just thought I would share that with you guys, and I would really like to know your inputs on flashing lights, sunlight coming through trees, coming through buildings. I'm having a hard time talking here. I am falling over my words. So I'm going to close this here, and I think I'm going to go and take a nap. I hope this is finding everybody well, and I hope everybody's doing everything that they possibly can to help themselves with this disease. I know it's so tough. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.